Now on Coast TV News.
Library lot drama. The future of Lewis at stake. How the sale of a vacant lot could redefine the town's entrance and your chance to influence its fate. Millsboro police update. Millsboro's growth demands more police. See the station's progress and what it means for local safety and staffing. Milford's new venture. A Milford couple's dream comes to life thanks to a state grant. Discover how their print shop is boosting the local economy.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
This spot of land the Lewis Library owns is part of a hot debate in Lewis. Good evening. I'm Mallory Metzner. Madeline Overturf has the evening off.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with the next chapter in the debate over a library box.
In a release to the Village neighborhood, the Village of 5 Points Homeowners Association says a plot of land that has a long history could come back to the ownership of the neighborhood if people who live here open their wallets. Live in Lewis is Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert. Neighbors still have lots of opinions on this proposal, Charles.
Mallory, you wouldn't guess just by looking at this unassuming wooden box here off of Route 1 in Lewis that you wouldn't guess it would have a long history, but it does, and so does the land that it stands on. Now, as it stands right now, the Lewis Public Library currently owns this land and not the neighborhood of the Village of 5 Points, but according to a newsletter to the neighborhood, the library might be selling this land. Now, the newsletter continued to say that it might be possible for the neighborhood to buy this land back if neighbors can raise somewhere between $1.2 and $1.5 million. There are also other options as well, including the hiring of a lawyer to handle any legal action or negotiating with the library to allow the neighborhood to have some control over any potential sales. Now, this has had a lot of opinions here in the neighborhood today, but it seemed the consensus from neighbors was that it would be impossible to raise enough money to possibly buy this land back. Now, we just want to reiterate again that this land has had a long and complicated history, and this just seems to be the next chapter, so continue to follow along with us as we follow this story. I'm Charles Reinert, live in Lewis, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Charles. Let's take you back to March 23rd, 2022. That's when a Delaware court decided a land dispute of that lot mentioned previously between the Lewis Public Library and New Covenant Presbyterian Church. The library was given the land on the condition its use for a library purpose within 10 years. Instead of a full library, they built a book exchange. The church argued this wasn't enough and wanted the land. The court ruled the book exchange met the condition, allowing the library to keep the land.
And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think, should 5 Points be able to own the vacant lot? Let's take a look at the updated results.
Looking at the screen here, earlier tonight, people were saying yes, that's still the winner here. This number has gone up even more. Now at 82% think that 5 Points should be able to own the vacant lot there. Just 10% say no. 6% want to see it used for a library. 2% have other ideas.
And if you haven't voted yet, you still can on coasttv.com or the mobile app. From the minute his term as governor of Maryland ended, political wonks wondered, what's next for Larry Hogan? He spent some of that time working with the group No Labels, and then the prevailing thought that maybe he could lead, be a part of, somehow be involved with a third-party presidential run. But he recently quit No Labels, the board, and today he made a big announcement.
I have made the decision to run for the United States Senate.
The former governor throwing his hat in the ring ahead of the 2024 elections in November, and he is a heavyweight. Hogan, a popular former governor, a moderate Republican that won a state that tends to lean left, and though he's no longer part of the group No Labels, he is still parroting some of that same middle-of-the-road rhetoric, saying he plans
not to serve one party, but to try to be part of the solution to fix our nation's broken politics and fight for Maryland. That's exactly what I did as your governor, and it's exactly how I'll serve you in the United States Senate. Let's get back to work.
Today in Ocean City, Coast TV was on the street, gathering reaction from potential voters here along the coast.
I think he did a pretty good job as governor, and I think he'll do a great job as a senator.
He might be good for the Senate because with Maryland, as you see now, we go back and forth between Democrats and Republicans, with split legislature executive. And, we're not always on the same page.
Hogan now joins a crowded Republican field along 7 other announced candidates, though clearly the former governor will have the highest name ID in that group. As for the Democrats running, the field is even bigger. 10 people have already announced, and when you combine that number with Hogan and the other Republicans, 18 hopefuls are running to fill the seat being vacated by Senator Ben Cardin. And here are 2 last points to consider. Maryland has not elected a Republican senator since all the way back in 1980. Also, through his time with No Labels and on a number of television appearances, former Governor Hogan has been critical of former President Trump.
And I think we've got to move on from the cult of Donald Trump and return to the basic principles that the party's always stood for.
A stance that could hurt him most in the state primary race. Now, how all this manifests over the next few months, that's anybody's guess. But today's announcement ensures one thing specifically: the Maryland race for Senate just got a lot more interesting. In 2014, Hogan was elected governor of Maryland. In 2018, he became the first Republican governor to win a second term in Maryland in 50 years. According to a January 2023 Gonzales poll statewide, 77% of people said they approved of the job that he had done as governor.
Maryland is cracking down on illegal street racing and dangerous driving. A new law proposed by many lawmakers will make the penalties tougher for anyone caught racing or driving recklessly on public roads. There's a special meeting about this on February 15th if you're interested. The goal is to make streets safer by stopping these risky actions with harsher fines and even more jail time for those who cause serious injuries. It's a strategy similar to what Ocean City has already implemented. The beach town sets up a special event zone during major car events like Cruise in Ocean City and Endless Summer Cruisin'. If approved, this important change is planned to start on June 1st.
Rehoboth Beach wants to make it easier to hear from you. The city wants to make it easier to connect on their Reach Out Rehoboth website. At a meeting on Monday, the city's communication manager said they need a better plan to use these ideas and the comments. Right now, if somebody sends a comment, they just tell them which department will look at it, and that's all. The city is thinking about different ways to improve this, like checking comments more often, having a group look at the ideas, or having a big meeting every year to talk about them. They've realized that the meetings, that they've missed some important feedback, and they want to make sure that they pay more attention to what people like you are saying.
Continuing with Reach Out Rehoboth on the site, people are asking for less light at night. This is a live look right now at the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. Now, someone suggested that there should be a rule to turn off some lights in the neighborhoods. They say too much light from street lamps and neighbors' houses is bothering them. Others agree, saying it's hard to sleep with so much light coming into their homes. You can see all those street lights there along the boardwalk. And now, still sticking with light in Rehoboth Beach, we're going to check on the weather. It's dark outside now, so you're getting a good look at all of the lights there in the city. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at the forecast, and it's been feeling like spring.
And that's because we have the temperatures that are elevating and moisture that's also on the increase. That's a good spring-like combination. Our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis showing us we're at 53 degrees. That's spring-like no matter how you slice it. And listen, we're slicing up temperatures into the mid-40s by the 9 o'clock hour with increasing cloud cover in place. That being said, we warmed to 59 degrees in Salisbury and in Georgetown earlier today, and we're right now hovering in the 50s. It's a little cooler at Seaford at 49, but we're at 53 in Lewis, 50 at Indian River Inlet, and 49 Bethany Beach. Coastal flood advisories have been reinitiated in our area for not only Sussex, but also Wacomico and now Dorchester. More on that in a moment, but until then, back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. Here is some news on the coast. Wind farms, they've certainly been a hot button issue lately. New tonight, Delaware Senator Gerald Hawker and Representative Ron Gray, they're going to introduce a new plan. They want to make sure that no matter what happens with any proposed wind farms, beaches stay beautiful and keep helping the economy grow. Their plan says that companies who want to build wind farms near the beach, they need to promise to clean up and not leave a mess. This is to make sure the beaches remain a great place to visit. And this is happening after Governor Carney started talking about some new wind farm projects.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is spending $5.3 million to fix a damaged part of the Indian River Inlet. They're working to repair a wall that keeps the water back and to stop too much sand from moving into the inlet. This is important to keep the area safe and to protect nearby parks. There's going to be a meeting online February 15th for anyone who wants to know more. The work is expected to start in April.
This always feels true. If it impacts you, nothing feels like small-town politics. Lewis debating a number of proposals next week. This Monday, the Lewis City Council is once again going to be talking about whether to allow banning dogs at the historic Lewis Farmers Market. They're also deciding if the Lewis Line bus service will continue or not, and they're going to tackle live music at restaurants. There are also big plans for new homes in the Henlope and Bluff and White's Pond Preserve developments to be reviewed as well.
Right now, the Ocean City Fire Department is hiring. The department is looking for part-time and full-time firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics. They say scholarship money is available for college when joining, along with a water rescue summer bonus. All training and uniforms will be provided.
The new Millsboro Police Station is getting ever so close to finally being completed. This building is going to have larger officer rooms with more workstations, a workout room, and even a basketball court. Sue Ward, a local in Millsboro, says the change is a good one.
This one's much larger. They could probably use it for a lot of events and everything.
The building is set to be completed sometime in the spring. Here is your traffic news. DelDOT closing lanes in South Bethany Beach for road work. The closure is going to take place on Route 1 northbound and southbound between Logan Street, York Road, and Evergreen Road. The closure starts on Monday. It's going to continue right on through Thursday.
New four-way stop signs will be placed at the intersections of Robinsonville Road and Cedar Grove Road, along with Beaver Dam Road and Dairy Farm Road in Lewis. The work will take place from next Monday to Thursday, and this will require lane closures. Here is news from across Delmarva now. First in Dover, a serious situation has unfolded. According to Delaware State Police, 24-year-old Kayla Manuzak faces multiple charges of child abuse. Police say she hurt 6 very young children at Hartley Learning Academy, where she used to work. These children, all under a year old, were hurt between the end of November and the start of December last year. After a thorough investigation, police charged her with counts of child abuse and endangering children's safety.
Delaware State Police have also arrested 29-year-old Nady Gomez Perez de Galvez from Bridgeville. Police say the arrest happened after a serious argument at Mountain Farms in Millsboro. That was on February 7th. She reportedly threatened a co-worker with a knife. Troopers say nobody was ultimately hurt. They say officers quickly took her into custody. Now she is facing charges.
Bridgeville is calling on homeowners and visitors alike. If a comprehensive plan survey has landed in your mailbox or popped up online, it's an opportunity for everyone to voice their thoughts on the town's future. The town has opened 2 surveys, one for those who call Bridgeville home and another for those who work, visit, or enjoy events there. This effort is part of the town's initiative to gather insights for its upcoming plan. And we are just getting started on Coast TV News at 6.
It's a big weekend. Super Bowl spots, Delaware's top venues for Super Bowl excitement, where to watch the big game.
And we have a frontal boundary headed in our direction that brings rain our way, but your entire weekend won't be ruined.
First, innovators are taking their ideas to the next level. How a state grant is funding fruition. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Your tax return over there. Your tax return at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury. Get more for your tax money with Red Tag Savings, 40 to 75% off. Alton Brothers, furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years.
Delivered to your home with care.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Your tax return over there. Your tax return at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury. Get more for your tax money with Red Tag Savings, 40 to 75% off. Alton Brothers, furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years.
Delivered to your home with care.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Here's a story I think you're going to love. From helping amputees to following artistic passion, a state-funded grant for local small businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs is making dreams come true.
Coast TV's Tori Seagraves shows us who won the 2023 funding in this area and how last year's winners are putting the money to work.
Daryl Dubray demonstrates a prototype of a prosthetic the Georgetown business Marin's Meds is working on.
I came up with an idea of trying to make a device that was functional but also durable and serviceable, which is what we have created here.
A device that Dubray uses himself. But it is thanks to the Encouraging Development, Growth, and Expansion grant that Marin's Meds will have the funding to continue bettering this prosthetic.
It's critically important to be funded, especially in the startup. It's very difficult to raise money on an idea. And so, this is another avenue and alternative versus, going out and looking for investors and things like that.
A winner from last year's grant recently opened its doors. Print shop and gallery in downtown Milford was a way to get back into doing what the owners love after seeing a similar shop on their honeymoon.
I was working in banking. She was in car sales at the time after we'd left our jobs in print. And we went to this shop and I was just sort of thinking, that shop, that combination of services that they provide is exactly what we are suited to, what we have our favorite experience is working, our print design, art supplies, that sort of thing.
Giving a financial boost to the people making up the communities along the coast.
Applications are already being accepted for the 2024 Edge Grant competition. Those applications will be accepted until March 1st. I'm Tori Seagraves in Milford, Coast TV News.
Flood advisors we've had all week long have been renewed yet again. I'll give you the latest coming up.
Are you dreaming of the perfect outdoor space where you can relax and entertain? Look no further than Delmarva's most trusted partner, Spicer Brothers. We pride ourselves on superior craftsmanship and only use the finest materials to create beautiful, durable decks. From classic wooden decks to low-maintenance PVC materials, we have the perfect solution for you. And right now, get a free Green Mountain Grill with your new deck. Plus, enjoy 0% financing with no payments and no interest for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, turning homeowners' dreams into reality for over 20 years.
Uncover the perfect blend of comfort, innovation, and safety at Gateway Subaru. And right now, it's your choice. Choose what fits your lifestyle and budget. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Forester for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 2.9%. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Gateway Subaru, where every choice leads to a new adventure. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
No strangers here, just friends you've not met yet. With an outside patio and inside charm, Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Milton is a local's favorite on the banks of the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Lewis, gorgeous views, free parking, and the best happy hour at the beach, with room for everyone. And for a truly special event, go no further than the Lewis Room at Irish Eyes. The panoramic views, in-house chef, and professional team will make it easy to plan your next event. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
Ding dong! What do you want for lunch?
One of the most looked up words was Riz, which is slang for charisma. But if you have to look it up, you ain't got it.
You sunk your teeth into me, bloodsucker.
1025 WBOC.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. But I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people, are professional, and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
100.9% classic country plays real country.
even though it's going to look like it's going to rain all weekend long, it's not, but it's going to look like it, okay? Saturday's going to be a very dismal looking day, and even a couple of sprinkles or a little drizzle, but don't let that spook you too badly. Sunday night, now that ought to spook you a little bit because it's going to rain better then. Our Orsted camera in West OC, we're at 46 degrees, and our expectation for the night will stay at about 45 to 46 most of the evening, with increasing cloud cover as we progress throughout the night. The story's not changing much. According to our Hershey exterior camera, we're holding at 46 degrees with winds out of the southwest at about 11 miles per hour. Once again, hovering, oscillating right there in the mid-40s with a relatively tranquil-looking situation as far as the skyline is concerned. Coastal flood advisory is still in effect for all of Sussex, meaning that, once again, the tides are going to cause problems for the folks that live next to the bay and next to the coast or the shore. We're looking at coastal flood statement is active for us throughout Wacomico. It stays in effect until 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're at the odd time frame. And then the Wakefield office decided to also include Dorchester as a newly added coastal flood statement. And that'll stay in effect until about 3 o'clock. Once again, all three locations, we're watching out for a possibility of a half a foot, 6 inches, or a foot of inundation in low-lying areas. And that's before the rain shows up. Now, we have a trough to our west, and it's going to slowly worm its way towards us. But right now, we enjoyed the mild, and as Mallory's been noting, a spring-like feel in the air. We'll put a spring-like step in your walk, right? 48 in Seaford, 51 in Del Mar and Georgetown. We're at 50 in Milton and 53 degrees in Millsboro. We're about 5 to 6 degrees warmer. Anytime we trend warmer, I'm all for it. I'm all in on that one, all right? But as you take a look at our hiking forecast, because a lot of folks are planning on doing some outdoor hiking, it's going to be cloudy, like I said. It's going to look like it's going to rain. You might even catch a couple of drops on your eyelashes. But other than that, that's just about it for Saturday. Cloudy, but temperatures near the 60-degree mark, which is well above the norm. You see how cloudy it starts off at 5:30 in the morning right here, Saturday? This is what we're looking at, temperatures in the mid-40s. And then by Saturday afternoon, not much changes, except for the temperatures. They go all the way up to like 60 in Long Neck, for example. Now, we do see the rain pool in here by the time we get to Sunday, and we watch out for heavier rain on Monday. You see, we've been escalating lately with our temps. We're going up, and we're going to be away for, as we go into Saturday. Now, one thing to note, Sunday, that's when the rain kicks in for us. You see widespread scattered showers across all of Delmarva. So with that being the case, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling extended forecast. We're looking for free sprinkles. The heavier rain hits on Monday, and that's why we have a a yellow alert day.
Thank you, Paul. In a heartwarming rescue ahead of Valentine's Day, Mare came to the aid of a young gray seal pup named Juliet on Thursday. You can see on your screen here. According to Mare, Juliet was found underweight but lively on Bethany Beach. She is now on her way to the Marine Mammal Stranding Center in New Jersey for vital care.
Romeo just leaving Juliet out there. It's an exciting time for football fans in Delaware ahead of Sunday's big game. Many Delawareans looking for a place to watch the game, and here is where you can do that along the coast. Bethany Blues on Coastal Highway in Lewis, Coastal Tap Room in Rehoboth Beach, Harpoon Hannah's in Fenwick Island, and Lefty's Alley and Eats in Lewis.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
In boys basketball, Seaford is going for their 16th win of the season, but a Glasgow team on a 4-game winning streak is in their way. The Blue Jays are right behind Lake Forest in the Henlopen South after falling to them last week. Seaford has a 15-1 record this season and hopes to keep it rolling tonight. Glasgow is hoping to build off of 2 blowout wins and a 6-point victory over Early College High the last 2 weeks. To girls hoops, Kent County going for their 4th Bayside victory, and Pocomoke hoping to move above 500 on the season. The Warriors are coming off an 18-point win over Bennett. The Trojans defeated Northeast by 12 points on Wednesday. This will be the first battle between these squads this season. Don't miss highlights of both of these games and so much more on the Final Score at 10:30 tonight. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Hi, I just had to tell you Valley Casino has partnered with BetRivers in Delaware.
We've got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play.
With really fast payouts and a rewards program you'll love!
Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops.
Is this awkward?
So get ready, casino fans. And Brittany. BetRivers and Valley Casino, together in Delaware. Download the app today.
Late Night with Seth Meyers. Late nights on Coast TV.
No matter what team you're rooting for on Sunday, we all feel better with a win at home. Just like Toyota always wins on the road. And Toyota dealers have more vehicles available now than in recent years, making it a good time to get a great deal. Like special financing as low as 4.99% on legendary favorites, Camry and Corolla. It's game on at Toyota, official partner of the NFL. Toyota, let's go places.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Show me what you got. I am a human chill pill.
As someone who took chill pills in the 80s, you need a new dealer.
Show me what you got. Mind if I take my dress off?
I do not. Night Court and Extended Family, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
It's time to experience an extraordinary lineup of entertainment at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center. Enjoy performances by the Four Phantoms in concert on February 4th, Wheel of Fortune Live on February 29th, The Simon and Garfunkel Story March 18th, and The Price is Right Live on April 1st. The excitement is building, and now it's your turn to be a part of it. Secure your seats at ococean.com/pack and join us for the most amazing season yet. Don't miss out. Come experience the magic of live performances all in one place at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center. See you there.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Real quickly, in case you would like the weather via telephone, call our weather line at 443-880-9100. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. So just a phone call away. Our dry tech camera, Ocean City, we're at 46 degrees. We're going to stay in the mid-40s all night long, and we look for the coastal flood advisories to stay active in our area. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. We have a yellow alert day on Monday. Watch out for the heaviest rain by then.
You, Paul.
And thanks for joining us here on Coast TV News at 6.
We're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.